Hey, Gemini. Thanks for stopping by during such crazy times. Welcome to my digital living room. Please get comfy, grab yourself something to drink, sit back, take a breath, drop your shoulders. And let's let this be the healing moment that it is allowed to be. We want to get into a nice, Spirit's like already talking. They're asking you to get in a smooth, easy, comfortable place, mentally speaking, because that really does allow your immune system to perform better, okay? So Spirit hasn't been saying that for everybody. They're saying that for you, Gemini, maybe because you're a little frenetic and a little bit, swordsy in general, a little in your head. So here's a reminder with all the facts and all the information constantly updating. I'm sure you're like plugged into every social media platform ever. Might be time to maybe, wow, okay. Spirit is saying it's like, take this with a grain of salt, Gemini. I know you're an air sign. You might not be able to resist like staying constantly updated. And it might not be even the worst thing. But Spirit is like, if you are going into a little bit of overdrive, this might be a good time to be like, what I'm going to do is check up on the updates every 3, 4, 5, whatever hours. I'm not going to check, just like have my phone to click, 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 click all the time. You know what I mean? Getting your blood pressure up, getting your adrenaline going when it's not really necessary. Being a little bit more choosy about how you spend your thoughts. Okay? That's how Spirit's putting it. Let's jump right in. Let's see what they want to tell you about this month. Hey, you love to see it. Damn. Woo-wee! There are certain cards that have shown up in every reading I've done so far. One of them being the Ten of Wands. And there also have definitely been cards of struggle and mental anguish, mental pain in every single reading so far. And that often happens, actually. Like, you might be surprised, or maybe you're not surprised. Maybe you watch more than one tarot reader on your YouTube and you're like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Like, that same card came up from like 5 different people who don't know each other. It's because this stuff works. It's because this stuff just does tune into whatever like the sort of universal wavelength is going on right now. The same way that you could read a sun sign horoscope for every Gemini, and that even though every Gemini is going through something different, it's like they are still in some iteration of the same wavelength. Alrighty. I was pulling a clarifying card. Pretty big stuff. You can now see for yourself. This looks actually pretty fantastic to me. I want to acknowledge right off the bat that Three of Swords. Okay, let's come right to it because we're going to talk about a lot of really awesome stuff. But I want to zoom right in on where you find yourself. That's the name of the position where the Three of Swords is sitting. And where you find yourself is a little heartbroken, a little bit separate, maybe even some of you could be going through some kind of like breakup or betrayal. But for some of you, the separation could be, oh man, I can't be around anybody. Literally, we have to be doing social distancing right now. Like wow, Spirit just said like I'm immunosuppressed. Some of you may be immunosuppressed and it's like, dude, I take drugs because I'm going through this thing right now and they lower my immune system. I cannot go. And it may be like shoving some of you into more burdensome or slightly more challenging situations. Like, oh damn, now I have to work from home and somehow keep up these 40, 50 hours at work and take care of my kids and maintain the house. And oh my God, my mom is sick, or etc. That's like what I'm hearing. I want to encourage you. You absolutely have what it takes to get through this. That Three of Swords is nothing you have to worry about in the future. This is something that you already know about. Some of you may be making decisions this month. That's just what I'm hearing. Making decisions about how to move forward, kind of understanding that you're at a like critical mass is the phrase that they just gave me. Interesting. That's going to mean different things for different Geminis, but you all are at critical mass. This is one of those cards that has popped up in every reading I've done so far. Again, like that Seven of Wands I showed you earlier, it's like, damn, like I'm really contending with a lot right now. And for some of you, you feel like you're doing it very much on your own. Though some of you I do see a wonderful support. Again, you know, Gemini, these are general readings, so you need to follow your intuition and kind of the thread through your own life. Some of you have somebody pretty fantastic, this King of Wands, and I want to remind that you can be anywhere on the gender spectrum and identify any way. You can be a female king, you can be a male queen, you could be non-binary, etc. King and queen has nothing to do with gender or sex in the tarot and everything to do with the type of person, type of personality. And the King of Wands is a leader. They are fiery. They may literally be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have like a dominant fire sign in their chart. But regardless of what their sign is, they are a fiery person. They are a person with, Spirit is saying this person has great determination and they have great vision. And so some of you are like, thank God that I have this person around, because like they really help me get through these moments. And for those of you who do not have that partner, but as you were listening to that description, you were like, you know who that sounds like? That sounds a little bit like me. Then that's you. The King of Wands is the kind of person who can manage 10 nutty fucking wands, let alone, you know, 7. You do have the higher ground. You do have more skills or better skills than the people around you. I do feel some of you might even be right now going for jobs or trying to figure out a new place where you could work, because it's like I have to work remotely or something like that. I feel like things are moving in a fucking great direction. Let's come to the center. Strength. Beautiful place to start. Oh, and Spirit is just asking you to, again, take a breath and think about how strong you are, how resilient is the word that they're using, okay? Because the more, again, that we trust in our own adaptability, our own strength, our own resilience, the better that our immune systems do. Be gentle with yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. This would be the wrong time to do it if you can at all help it. And that said, I recognize that capitalism, modern mechanics doesn't really allow us to slow down, and that's a problem. That's something that we want to notice. That may be something that's on your mind, Gemini. You're a thinker. Strength is asking you, or rather, it's instructing you that you will have the strength to get through this, but only if you allow yourself the compassion of small breaks and things like that. Like, yeah, I'm working from home, so it might be really easy to just sit here and never move and eat just like frozen or takeout food or whatever, and like just not have the kind of energy and the kind of verve that I need. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, the night before, I'm going to pack like, here's some nuts, here's some fruit, and put them in little containers so that tomorrow I can just pull this right out of the refrigerator. And now as I'm doing my work, I've got my healthy snack. I've got my little reminder on my phone or on my watch or whatever to tell me to get up every hour and walk around for a couple minutes, stretch out my body, take care of myself, drink a big glass of water. Set these reminders for yourself, because you might be quite devoted on your mission, and something like a little pattern interrupter could serve you very well right now. You're gaining great perspective. I feel some of you are leaving what has been a difficult situation behind. You may have decided, like, you know what, like, I did what I could, and now with a clear conscience I can go ahead and leave, and even if it's a little difficult, I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that I'm moving forward. Some of you might be going for jobs. I feel great success with that, because not everybody's going to be going for a new job, but those of you that are heading in a new direction or aiming for some kind of promotion, looks pretty great. The future holds the Chariot. The Chariot is overcoming obstacles. the Chariot is, thank you for throwing that challenge in my way, because actually that created exactly the amount of friction that I needed to get some traction. You gave me exactly what I needed to learn how to be a badass and how to get where I want to go, not just period, but quickly and with a clearer mind. I think that these crazy times are making some things very clear to you. That is one of, the only upsides of going through something like this, is it really shows you who you are, what you care about, who's around you, what they care about, etc. The star is showing up as a reference to your past. The star is hope, optimism, excitement, feeling guided, especially feeling guided after maybe difficult times. Spirit is also saying giving of yourself. Some of you have been quite generous with your money or your time, like donating to certain causes or to certain people who are doing certain things. And Spirit is saying, please continue to do that. Please continue to feed and to follow your faith, whatever that may be, whatever your North Star is, whether that be, this is my religion, whether that be, this is my set of personal principles that I live by. Both of those things are equally beautiful, okay? You're on a mission, Gemini. Spirit is saying, some of you have a very clear idea of like, this is what success looks like to me. When I'll know that I'm successful when fill in the blank. I've done this, or I've made this amount, or I've paid this off, or I've whatever. Use this friction, use this difficulty right now, use even this pain. Because the pain of separation, it puts things into relief, stark relief. Oh man, I never want to experience this again. That means that I have to do X, Y, and Z. I must put these things into place to ensure that I never go through that again. You hear what I'm saying? Not the kind of thing where it's like, oh, I must, shut my door and cut off all communication and never experience, the pain again of interacting with another human being. That's not what we're talking about. But we're talking about, maybe I didn't state my needs, or maybe I didn't know what I needed, but now I do. Like this really showed me that what I want is this, and I know how to go for it. And you do. You have learned so much. And again, I really feel, death is a scary card, right? A lot of people are like, oh no, especially like, oh fuck, really, woman, you're gonna, like, COVID-19 and you're gonna show me the death card. This death, for one thing, death is very rarely descriptive of physical death. It is very much the end of a chapter. It is very much transformation. And in your specific case, we pulled this to clarify the Two of Swords. Stagnation, being unsure, staying still, being in a little bit of between a rock and a hard place. I don't know which way to go, and I don't want to make a wrong decision, so I'm just going to sit here. That is what is ending. That is what is being transformed. This pain, again, Spirit is just putting it like this. This pain and what you learn from this pain is what carries you forward to success, is what helps you break free from that rut and be like, oh, hell no. That big piece of debris you threw in the middle of the road, I'm going to make that shit my ramp, and I am going to take off. I feel also that some of you want to get the word out about something, and that's what you may come to a decision that, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this podcast, or I'm going to make this website, or I'm going to write this book, or I'm going to publish this thing that I already have written. I feel like taking chances serves you right now, particularly leaps of faith, leaps of courage, leaps that follow the trajectory of your new understanding. This is what I learned from that. This is what I'll never do again. And this is what I will always work toward. You absolutely have what it takes to take your great idea all the way. Keep following your faith. And when it comes to fear, when it comes to pain, when it comes to separation, etc., all those Three of Swords things, ask yourself what they're creating room for. Ask yourself what space that this is making in your life and what you could grow in that space where this thing has maybe been pulled up by the roots from you. There's a new day dawning, and one where you're going to feel much more powerful and more badass. Like, very literally, I know, what a badass, right? But that's what they're saying. Like, she looks pretty fucking badass. You're going to be feeling like a badass, Gemini. If you can take that pain and be like, what do I do with this? What do I learn from this? Because if I learn from this, I'm going to be better from going through it, not worse. Smarter, not feeling dumb. Okay? You're a badass, Gemini. Go kick some ass. Let me know, what ass are you kicking in the comments? What is it that you're going for? Do you know what this is? Do you not know what this is? There are no wrong comments. So if you've got questions, if you've got advice for fellow Geminis, if you've got stories, I would love to hear them. Thank you for being here with me, Gemini. I appreciate you sharing your energy and your time. Wishing you and your loved ones much love, many blessings, great health. Take care of yourself. Take care of the people around you. We're going to get through this together. If I don't see you in another video before then, Gemini, I hope I see you in April. Bye-bye.